Hello, everybody. I am Kurt Roskoff. You are tuned into the World of Ability Podcast Network, and this is your Revolutionize Your Marketing show. We're live streaming. Hello to our YouTube audiences and all of our social media audiences out there. Thank you for tuning in to Revolutionize Your Marketing. This is a worthwhile episode. This is what we have here as our birthday edition by the founder of Revolutionize Your Marketing and Mill City Marketing MA, John Petros Sr. Happy birthday, sir. How are you doing today on your birthday?
I'm doing good. I'm having a lot of fun today. A lot of happy birthdays coming out on social media to me. I love it.
Excellent, excellent. So we're going to dive in and we're going to find out a little bit more about you, John, and your birthday, because birthdays are about celebrating you. And so tell us a little bit more, John, about you know, you're running a company, you're having fun with the Lineable. We're doing this podcasting. Before the show, I was able to have a little interaction with a couple people in your family and stuff like that. So your grandfather and stuff like that. So tell us a little bit more of the, personal side of things and kind of what's going on for a guy like you these days. And, who in the world is John Petros Sr. personally?
Well, first off, an interesting note is my age. It doesn't matter how you put the double digits down, it comes out the same. I'm 60,
55 or
66.
66? You can't be 66. You don't look a day over 65.
Thank you.
See how we do that? Uh,
1959.
excellent. What a vintage. It's quite the vintage you are.
I hear that's some pretty good wine from that year.
Yeah, so you're a baby boomer, eh?
I am.
Yeah.
I am. I'm the last of four kids. Uh, I've got four kids of my own. Uh, we lost two, so it would have been six, but the youngest one we adopted. It was our grandniece that we adopted after having her in foster care for a while. Um, and if you want to include extended family, I lost count long time ago. You know, your kids in high school and friends come over and they end up calling you either mom, dad, or whatever. They're part of the family. But the kids know once they leave, the door is always open. And some of them came back just in time for COVID to hit. So they were here for the duration. Um, but yeah, you met my one of my grandkids earlier.
Yeah.
Actually, my wife's niece's kids. We helped raise my some of my nieces, and they kind of look at us like their mother and father. So yeah, the kids call us Mimi and Pepe. So they're like grandkids to us. Um, by the way, Kurt, she was three.
All right.
Uh,
Very good.
so, but as far as business, anybody listening, I'll just give the quick rundown of how I got into what I do. Many years ago, me and my wife took a cruise from Boston to Bermuda, and we had our twins with us at the time. So we ended up having to take a two-bedroom suite on a cruise. And let me tell you, folks, you ever take a cruise and you take a suite, you get spoiled. Next time, you don't want to go with anything less. Butler service, everything. Um, so I enjoyed it so much. I wanted to help other people become. I wanted to help other people enjoy their vacation, so I became a travel agent. hooked up with an international host company. They gave me a web page, kept specials up to date and everything. Everything was all set up. I didn't have to do a thing. And I said, "Oh, this is great. I'll get customers into them." Well, let me tell you, folks, it doesn't work that way all the time. So I heard people putting ads on Facebook. I said, how hard can it be? I fudged my way through it, put a couple of ads out, got a couple of customers, but nothing really paid off. Then I bumped into this guy online with a, who put a video ad out. Uh, he had a course that he was teaching on marketing online, 16-week course. He's out of San Diego, California, and he was making his course a certification course. So I took his certification course and had so much fun with doing marketing after learning from somebody who was doing it for 15 years at the time, who now has over 300,000 students in 75 countries around the world. He's worked for some of the big national companies like Procter and Gamble, Orange Theory Fitness, bunch of others. And so I figured if I'm going to learn how to do marketing, I might as well learn from somebody who knows what they're doing. And he's very well known in the marketing aspect. He's got some very powerful and influential friends. After I took the course, I had to go out to San Diego for graduation. He rented Padre Stadium for the day. Um, so that tells you how big his business is. His business is so big, he doesn't even have to be in his million plus studio. But yeah, so that's how I got into marketing. And a couple of years ago, he started incorporating AI into it. So I took his course the second time. Met some interesting people taking the course. Um, Being an online course, this face was on the screen almost every week. So people got to know who I was. And at graduation, when we were gathering outside the stadium, people were walking up to me knowing who I was, what I did, and everything. And um, so they were walking up. I had no idea who they were, but I met some really interesting people taking that course, like a Super Bowl champ from the Colts, who I still chat with online once in a while, and a bunch of other people who had multi businesses going at the time. Um, and that's so right now I do basically ads on all social media platforms for businesses. I can do 30-second video commercials on live stream TV like Disney Plus, Hulu, and all the Paramounts. I do this podcast every Friday that I fell into. I keep telling everybody I fell into it. A lot of them say, "How do you fall into a podcast?" I said, well, it's easy. I was working with a client down in North Carolina who was starting up a nonprofit, and she was already working with some people like Kurt here when I met her. So she was already doing a podcast. And I think for some reason or another, she got a little depressed at one point that her nonprofit wasn't growing as fast as she had hoped it would. So I guess it was 3 weeks that she didn't show up for her own podcast. Some of us kept it going. We were on, so we kept it going. And the third week, Kurt here surprises me and goes, "John, have you ever thought of doing a podcast?" I said, "Well, yeah, I have. Why?" He goes, "Good. You want to start now?" My first podcast was 10 minutes after he asked me that question. Thanks, Kurt. I've been doing it every week since. um, but most of my guests come from Alignable. Uh, it's based on marketing. That's why it's called Revolutionize Your Marketing. We basically talk about whatever my guests deal with. Uh, and of course, marketing always falls into everything. So it always ends up tied into marketing. Even done like a book review on one of them. I guess I had back twice. Uh, and I've got guests coming up that will be very interesting. Uh, Some of them were in the top 25, top 10 of the alignable contest that they're running right now, which ends tonight, my birthday. Great day to pick to end the contest. I've gotten like 4 votes today alone, I think. Um, but I will keep their names to myself for right now until I guarantee that they're coming on certain days. But yeah, just tune into this podcast live on these channels at this time every week. Um, Tonight should be an interesting night. I've got people that have been taking down the link to pop in. Um, basically going to be an open. It's basically going to be an open mic night. Anybody who pops in, it's going to be chatting back and forth about whatever pops up. As far as me, I live up here in Drake, Mass. December, I became an ambassador for Alignable. Uh, got a new alliance that they gave me at the same time. Covers a pretty good area, and it's my first in-person networking event was done in 4 weeks to put it together, and had 20 people show up to the first one, which was pretty good. But better than that, right now I am looking at, as of today, 109 members in the alliance in about 10 weeks, um, which from what I'm hearing is very good. So we'll see how well this keeps going. If I can keep increasing the numbers like I am, that would be great.
Yeah, that's for sure. So yeah, all this is in my wheelhouse. I love marketing through technology and events. So I love what you do and the services you provide and doing what you do with Alignable and being an ambassador. 109 people in your alliance. Yeah, you're off to the races. A lot of good things going for you. So
Also, could about a week and a half ago, I started in on the Skylar platform, which I noticed you are also involved in.
yeah, that's a great community. So for Alignable and for the alliance and your company and so forth, and doing more building community around what you do in this podcast. I hope you're creating a page for Revolutionize Your Marketing that people can come in and you populate it. I put in the chat of the Zoom meeting. I put the link to the video that I shared out to my X.com account and to Facebook, LinkedIn, and Pinterest, to kind of get the ball rolling, that people know that we're out here doing the show, having this conversation. So the social media strategies are in play while we're here live. And I did that already to make sure people know it's your birthday. So maybe we'll get some more of those birthday wishes coming in for you.
Thank you. Sorry about that. I got to put this thing on Do Not Disturb.
Yeah, it might be some of your guests wondering how to get on. Hey, I lost that link.
Not when it comes up telemarketing on the screen.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, we could have had fun. You could have answered the telemarketing call and you could have interacted with the telemarketer to say, hey, if you want to talk about what you're marketing, come on my show and tell everybody what you're marketing. And
You know
you
what
know,
I've done a few times in the past, and it's kind of fun. I always sometimes I get the telemarketers to hang up the phone first instead of me. They when it takes them 2 times for me to say hello, then the third time they get hello, is it me you're looking for? And then I usually hear a click.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I like playing around with telemarketers. They're fun.
All right. Well, tell us a little bit more, John, from, when you were here last week. You know, did you do a show last week? Did we do a show?
We did. Um,
I did it for you. I started the live for you. Is that what we did?
I think
Or-
I can't remember.
yeah, you might have had a guest. I'm trying to think if you had a guest last week.
I
Yeah,
don't think I
I just
did.
know Emily wasn't here because she did a show earlier last week and then all of a sudden she dropped off the planet, all of a sudden she was gone. Even
Where is
to
she tonight?
what's that?
She's not here again tonight.
Yeah, and we actually did a wellness check for her on Wednesday, a couple days ago.
Hmm.
So I ended up talking to a police officer that, reported to me that yeah, Emily's okay and apparently there was enough conversation that the police officer got the impression that Emily knows we're reaching out to her to kind of ask what she's planning here. And the officer is telling me, well, it seems like Emily is just maybe kind of sort of not getting back to you. So, okay. Okay. So I don't know what
Did
else
you
is
upset
going on.
her again, Kurt?
What's that?
Oh, you come to give me a hug? Hold on.
All right.
Give me a hug.
Sorry. I told her to just say
Here
bye to
we
you.
go.
She's like, oh, I want to give him a hug.
Say bye, Kurt.
Bye, Lulu. Take
You're
care. Have
on a live
fun.
stream video. Wow.
No, no, come on, you gotta be bye-bye.
Bye. Love you.
There we go. We're getting the whole party right here in the show. Nice.
Well, hey, at least somebody popped in.
There you go. Yeah, improvisational show here. Very nice. So but on your side, what has happened between last week's show and today? Anything to report? I know you're talking about 109 in the Alliance and stuff like that. What else has been going on in your trails with Alignable and otherwise in your efforts of the week? What do you have to report?
Something interesting. They're coming out and they're running a test with ambassadors on their in-person networking. Um, they're trying to get a more accurate overall count of how many people register and how many people actually attend the events. So they're running a test and they're asking us over the next couple of months to make sure that people who actually show up actually check in. Um, which I set up a spreadsheet where I keep track of it myself. List of everybody who's ever joined the alliance or who's registered for the events, and I keep a tally of the percentage of how many register and how many show up. In January, I had what was it? Check here. I think it was 56% of those that registered showed up. And last month, I think it was 33%, which was an ice storm the day before. So that was even surprising to me that I got 10 out of 30 people to show up. But yeah, we had 8 inches of snow and freezing rain on top of it the afternoon before, and it was still icy conditions. As a matter of fact, one of the other ambassadors up in this alliance was coming to the event. His car slid off the side of his driveway onto a patch of ice, and it was stuck there for a day and a half on an ice patch that he couldn't get it off of. And then one of the ladies that attended slipped on ice when she was leaving. So I'm glad that 10 people showed up on icy conditions. Um, this month we should have good weather, so I hope to have a lot more. Right now we're getting some wind gusts that have been happening since last evening. And right now, from what I heard from somebody, they're starting to block off some streets with trees that are falling down. So we go from snow to 40-degree temperatures and windstorms. I'm just hoping that all the trees in my yard are good and sound in the ground, that they don't fall. Have I've had that happen in the past. Trees fall down in the wintertime and having to go buy a snow blower so I can clean the driveway out. And, no, go and I had to go buy a chainsaw to cut the tree up because it was across the driveway. Couldn't even get up the driveway. And that was an interesting night out there walking through snow trying to cut up a tree with a chainsaw. But I go through all kinds of things in life. Life in general just throws things at you, and you either have to deal with it or complain about it, and doesn't usually do any good to complain about it. So whatever whatever gets thrown at you, you have to deal with it. The way life goes. Some of it's good, some of it's bad. I actually have something I have to see if I can find again. Um, who's online? They start. The lady was saying it starts off with three-letter words, one good, one bad, and then she goes to four. She goes all the way up to 10-letter words, one good and one bad. I thought it was kind of interesting. So if I can find it again, Kurt, you'll be hearing that one of these weeks. But yeah, life in general is just like a sign I have at my desk here. If you're undecided about something, take the leap. You can do it. That's one of my motivational things that's sitting right here on my desk all the time.
There you go. There you go. So what are you doing tonight at 8 p.m.?
Um, I don't know. Never know what happens around here.
Yeah, there's a game night available to us. Our friend Kathy Weaver is running a game night. We do what is called snake oil. So snake, you ever heard of the game Snake Oil?
No, I haven't. Fill me in.
Yeah, so the idea is like think of snake oil, you can break the two words, snake and oil. So the game is kind of built that way to just kind of have a stack of cards, and the cards have words on it, short little words.
Uh,
So it becomes, because it's random, you're putting two words together that, make a little nonsense. And the idea is that there's another stack of cards where it's types of people, or like characters or whatever. So you play a role. Somebody with the group plays a role of some person, like let's say a troll or Cupid or Santa Claus, or so somebody's playing a role, and then each of the other players all have a nonsense thing, and what they do is they sell that thing of nonsense to the person playing that role. And the idea is the person that plays the role gets to decide which thing they want to buy. So it's kind of like being sold snake oil type of thing.
sounds
And that's how
interesting.
the game's played. And so the idea is as you play, the fun thing is that every time the person who plays the role selects your item, that's how the game
Hmm.
becomes competitive, because you try to be the one chosen. And then every time you're chosen, you get a point. And then after playing for an hour, the player that has the most points being selected the most times is the winner.
Huh.
You know, so the
There's a
idea is
game.
like you could have like like a lightning swirl or a bird, what I want to say, like a bird car or something like that. So you have to figure out, so like you're selling a bird car to a Girl Scout, or something like that, you know. So then all of a sudden the person playing the Girl Scout says, you know, well, all the players are doing something different. So one might be selling a bird car, and why does a Girl Scout want to sell a bird car? And then the next one might be a yard plane, like mow the or like a lawn plane. And why would a Girl Scout want to buy a lawn plane? So it's kind of like Boulder Dash. Have you ever played Boulder Dash?
Now,
No?
there's a game that we played when I went to my brother-in-law's for Christmas. He has a little Christmas party at the house every year. And somebody brought a game, and I can't remember the name of it. It's similar to what you just described. Um, you have to give clues of what the word is to the other team, and they have so much time to try and guess the word.
Is it
But
like
there's
is it
certain
called
phrases that you can't say.
well, taboo? Is it taboo? Because you can't say the particular words. You have to get them to guess the word, but you can't say the taboo words that you
It
lose.
might be, yeah. It might be. That might be the name of it, I
Yeah,
think.
that's the way taboo runs. If you play
Yeah.
taboo, they give you three words that are taboo, and they're tough words to not use to describe the word you're trying to have them guess. So it's really
Yeah.
interesting how
That's
you
probably
can
what it,
guess it without saying those three words, and it's really easy to mess up. Yeah.
it was me and my wife and my brother-in-law against two other people who brought the game. And believe it or not, for the first time playing that game, me and my wife actually won.
Nice.
They were kind of pissed, shall we say.
Sure.
It was
Sure.
their game. They couldn't beat us. But it's just things like that that make things interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. So on my side of things, I'm working on an event that is for our Veterans First initiative. And so we're teaming up with the Disability Channel, and we've got Project Die Hard, and we got People for a New America is really the organizing group of it. And then we have a team out of Alabama. So we're drumming up a production of a telethon May 3rd, noon to 8 Eastern, Saturday, May 3rd. And we're gonna have an 8-hour program to get an appeal out there, a telethon format. And Jay Stoyan from the Disability Channel is gonna be our Jerry Lewis, type person for the telethon. So it's gonna be interesting. So we're opening up the invites for if people want to be a part of our program and be a part of drawing support to our veterans. That's what we're doing. What do you think?
Sounds interesting.
So
When,
it's what
when, when is May 8th?
May 3rd, Saturday, May 3rd. So noon to 8 on Saturday, May 3rd. So are we going to be seeing Mill City Marketing MA?
Probably. I don't know for how long that day, but probably.
Okay. Yeah, so basically it's an organized event. I mean, in terms of, the production of the 8 hours. So if you're offering to be a part of it, we got to get you with our friend Jesse out of LA who's organizing the whole thing and kind of make sure he's got all the skinny on you, all the biz intel, and your statement of how you tie into supporting veterans. I don't know what your idea is there. Like, how do you, John, support veterans, or how does Mill City Marketing MA support? How are we supporting here at Revolutionize Your Marketing? How does it fit?
well, not being a veteran, but uh, both of my parents were involved in veterans organizations, and both of them had held national offices for their organizations. Uh, so I'm behind the veterans 1,000%.
Okay. So, well, I mean, the
And
whole event needs to be marketed and I don't know if there's any way to tie it into a lineable, but yeah,
very
whatever.
possible.
Yeah, I mean, you're the marketing guru, so you should be able to put something together for,
You're
marketing.
correct.
The it's a telethon, so getting people to pledge, funds to support the cause of veterans. We're looking at the gift cards are going to be bought, where these cards are going to be handed to a veteran, a whole litany of cards and go out and, you know, kind of distribute them to select veterans. And then they're going to be empowered to go buy what they need, you know, from the proceeds of the telethon.
You know what you need to do for that, Kurt? Come back on the show that you've been on before on Monday nights.
The Mission Monday podcast?
The
No.
Stars and Stripes group.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Come back on that and talk about that there. Um, Most of the people that are on that are veterans.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
it would be great to have the whole Stars and Stripes group in its entirety, be
yeah.
involved, to,
And
make it as part of the program that we're inviting people to May 5th with All Stars and Stripes.
another person to get in touch with about that is Mary Stanley.
Okay.
I don't know if you know Mary Stanley or not from Alignable.
I feel like I should, but I can't commit to it. I'm
Um,
probably exposing
she
myself.
does she does a radio show, and she is now turning it into a TV show.
Excellent.
Um, she herself is a veteran. Um,
Excellent.
I, you know what I can do? I can send you a connection with her with this new 360 that Alignable has come up with. I can
Okay.
check my contacts together.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that'd be great.
Um, so I can do that for you. We'll start with that. How's that?
That's perfect. That's what it's all about. When you have tools like Alignable, let's use it, right?
Because she is involved with a group that does something for veterans. I can't remember what the name of it is. But yeah, I'll connect the two of you together, and you two can talk it out.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah,
That's what's nice with the
sometimes,
new 360.
sometimes what happens to me on this, I mean, because her name rings a bell, and maybe it's
I
through.
think you have talked to her before.
Yeah, I'm thinking I have, but um, I
I'm gonna.
think I think it's been through the organization you're alluding to, but I don't remember the organization. But when you said she's got a veteran service organization she heads up, that sounds familiar.
Yeah. Um. Hold on. Let me look her up. I'll tell you. I think she has it on her page. Let me open up.
Here you go. This is the customer service part of marketing.
That's right. This is what I do.
Yeah, so for me, I call it customer service. I leave the custom to you.
Mary Stanley.
So we're also talking about networking. Networking is part of marketing.
There you go.
And then if you really keep going with it, there's network marketing, right?
Ah, oh, she helps veterans with PTSD
Sure,
or
sure. Yeah, because
seeking.
I think through Project iHeart, I think I did, and maybe even Alignable is where I connected with her. That yeah, because
Yeah.
her work is a direct fit with Project iHeart combating veteran suicides.
Um, neurodivergent, however you want to say that word. Uh,
Neurodivergent or what story?
neurodivergent.
Yeah, neurodivergent. Yeah.
Yeah,
So that
that's
that
that's
includes
what she actually works with. Um, yeah, let me just see if there is a veterans organization that she mentioned. I don't see it listed in here, but I will connect you up, and I think you have talked to her before. Um,
so she's out of Argyle, Texas.
uh, is that
I'm
word?
seeing a Mary Stanley out of Argyle, Texas, president founder of Stanley Consulting. So
No,
that's
no. She's out of Medford, Minnesota. MN? Is that Minnesota?
what's the community?
Medford,
Oh,
and the state is
Medford, Minnesota, huh?
that's M. Minnesota is MN, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's try to find another Mary
You
Stanley
might
here.
be connected to her. She's got 1,100 connections. A little
And
bit more.
a little bit more what?
She's got a little bit more than me. I've got over 900 connections now on the line. So any businesses out there, you get a hold of me and I can't help you with what you really need, or if you need more than marketing, I got people I can connect you to. That's why my website is now called millcitybusinesshelp.com. See, I just got my website out there.
Nice. So yeah, I see her here. I'm not connected to her yet on LinkedIn either. So she's showing 11 connections on LinkedIn. So she's all about alignable.
Yeah.
So I'm sending her the LinkedIn message. Let's check out my alignable. So another event we're doing, John, is April 28th. We're teamed up with Bravehearts TV. Have you made any of our events with Bravehearts TV?
No, I
No.
haven't.
Have you had the information? I'm thinking I shared it with you, didn't
I think you sent it one time. I don't know if I saved it or not.
I? Well, we might have been doing it on a different day. We did some Wednesdays, we did some Fridays, and now we're doing Mondays. So we're doing Mondays now at 6 Eastern. And I got the link for you, invitation.braveheartstv.org is the invite. So everybody's welcome. meet the founder of Brave Hearts TV.
Yeah. I'm trying to get Alignable to make their chats on their smart connects so you can copy them. Everybody keeps putting their links all in there and you can't copy them. If you don't write them down, you don't get them. I put that word in twice.
Yeah, I mean, you can capture link by link and put it over to a document. That's what I do.
Yeah.
So it's a little cumbersome, but you can get it done. So that's more practical. Oh, yeah, because everybody. So yeah, if you have a big alignable event where you've got like 60 people in there, so I do a little bit of a big sweep. Like if you do select all, I've been able to get most all of it just by going select all, and then there's for some reason it misses. A couple
Yeah.
some of the information gets missed
I'm
when
a
you do
little surprised that Alignable hasn't set that up already because they've partnered with a guy who's developed the program. It's called, um, what's the first part called? Chat Bridge, where you can
Yeah,
copy
chat.
the chat and you know how it just comes out in like a computer file and you can copy the chat that way and then take that file, put it into this program, and it puts it all into plain, traceable English. Uh, separates it all out by person's name. And if you do another one, the same thing, it joins both dates together under that one person's name. And then they have another program to go on from that, where then you can take that file, put it into, I, I have it, I can't even remember the name of it. And then it separates it and you can email them from that list, chat with them on that list. Um, that name is slipping me now too. You can tell I haven't used it in a little while. I have all these files that I save and I have to spend time and go through and put them all into it. But that's why I'm surprised Alignable hasn't set that up yet. There are other things that they're working on, so that may be one of them. But anyways, I'm waiting to get the list of people that come in first on this contest that Alignable is ending tonight. It'll take about a week or so to get the list of the towns in my alliance on who came in first. They've got over 300,000 votes since it started February, no, January 14th, I think it started. 8 weeks. And the whole Alignable network has over 3,000 votes out. Tell you exactly 1 second. Oh, it's just not on the screen. On the screen. Mm, 331,831 votes as of right now. I have my town sewn up again. I've got 54 votes, and my daughter's in second place, and I think she's up to 10 now. She doesn't even know who's voting for her. She doesn't spend time on Alignable. So see, folks, you got a business, get on Alignable. You don't even have to do anything to be noticed. But,
Yeah.
yep, I got 54 votes. I had 51 this morning. The person in first place in the whole contest has over 500 votes to himself. Actually, I
Nice.
think it might even be more than that. Let's see, national view. No, he's got 528 votes and 286 testimonials. Because when you go to vote, you can also put a testimonial in for the person you're voting for. And those will become, after the contest in a few days, will actually become recommendations on your alignable page. So that person is going to get another 286 recommendations when they switch over to his page, like he doesn't have enough already. Then the person in second place has got 392 votes. So he's got, I don't think that person's going to get 150 votes between now and midnight. It's possible, but uh, um, yeah, the contest is a lot of fun. You make a lot of connections. Last year, I took first place in my town with only 9 votes, and this year I got 54. So connecting with other businesses and networking, this is the results. It goes in December, I had something like maybe 500 connections, and already I'm up over 900 connections. So Alignable gives you so many connections every month. Everybody starts off with 10. Because I'm an ambassador now, I get 100 connections every month. And you know what? I ran out last week. I have to wait till Sunday before I get my next 100. I used up in 3 weeks 100 connections.
All right. Yeah. I see I've got 4,908 views. Trying to see here my groups. Trying to see where you're catching. Let's see here, my network. Just curious what I have. I have 342 connections.
Let me see. Yeah, if you want to talk about views, let me go to insights. I think, I don't know if it stays growing or if it just goes the last 12 weeks. Mine's 110,700 and something views.
Very nice. Under 10,000. That's not too shabby.
Groups and discussions, 23,400 with 578 clicks. Then we got my network with 23,400. Oh, get back here. Hold on. Oop, my finger hit the keypad. My network, 568 clicks. Business profiles, 3,600 views with 500 clicks. And then my big one, my events. Through the events, I've got 46,500 views. That's where most of my views are coming from. It's double, it's the first two that I said put together equals the fourth one. So the more events you attend, I guess, the more views you get out of them. So but
All
are you a
right.
premium or are you just a free verified on Alignable?
I'm just free. I don't know if I'm even verified. How do I know if I'm verified?
It should say it underneath your picture. See, folks, you're getting a lesson here on Alignable.
Hmm.
Well, up until 11:59 Eastern Time, Kurt, they've got a special for the contest. You can sign up for premium, get an extra 50 votes that you can throw out tonight, and you get your first month of premium free. Plus, you get all the extra benefits of a premium.
Yeah, I don't see that I'm verified, so for some reason apparently I'm not verified.
So you're still on the free. So you have limited benefits.
Yeah. Mm,
You go premium, you get a further outreach.
I'm sure.
Um,
I'm sure.
you get more connections every month. Um, and they've started up a new group of paid members. With his um, office hours, they have their own Smart Connect. Um, they have special masterminds. It's for premium and up. Those that don't have a paid subscription don't get access to that. That's one of the new benefits of it. Uh,
Well, John, we are pushing past the hour of our show. How would you like to wrap up?
oh, I don't know. I thought people would be popping in, but I guess not. Um, I guess we can just call it a show. We gave out a lot of information about Alignable, so it's a good teaching podcast. Make people aware of Alignable. Come on in and join us. There's over, I forget the number, but it's a very large number of people on Alignable. Um, I think it's what, 300,000 something. I think it's something like that. But it's a large number. As a matter of fact, somebody had mentioned the other day, um, everybody gets a minimum of 10 votes. So they should have 1,000,000 votes go out. But there's only about 330,000 votes. There's a lot of people that doesn't know about the contest and don't know about the votes, but yeah, it's not a usual contest like you would think of. It's a friendly contest until it gets down to the wire. And just vote for the best business that you've talked to, the business that's helped you the most. You can give them a vote and give them a recommendation at the same time. They do it every year at the beginning of the year. Started in January and goes for 8 weeks. Ends tonight at midnight. So with that, anybody wants to get a hold of me, reach me at my website, There's a calendar link on my website. It's millcitybusinesshelp.com. My email is millcitymarketingma@gmail.com. Have any questions about Alignable? Need marketing services? Anything else that your business might need? I have connections I can hook you up with if I can't help you myself. If you want to be on, if you want to be a guest on the podcast, feel free to get a hold of me or get a hold of Kurt, and Kurt can put his contact information in. That is that for me. I'm going to enjoy my birthday.
Very good. Thank you, John. Good show. Happy birthday. And yeah, we'll look forward to seeing what we have for next Friday. But yeah, we'll wrap it up here. Again, I'm Kurt Roskoff with John here. Thank you, John, for making this show possible. Revolutionize your marketing and all of the resources of Mill City Marketing MA at play here. And yeah, enjoyed the whole run through on Alignable and everything we did here. And so I just want to give a shout out to the Disability Channel, Wingate Studios, Nonprofit TV Network, and Stroke TV, PAC Channel, the Disability Channel. I'm losing track of who I all said now, so I'm, repeating my Connect TV and the whole industry out there just Bravehearts TV we were talking about a little bit, so we're all about the TV here and the great discovery and helping people like this get their message and content out there and helping people benefit from all the edutainment,
Speaking
entertainment.
of TV, I forgot to mention also when I was talking about what I do, I can also do 30-second video commercials on live stream TV like Disney Plus, Hulu, and all the Paramounts if anybody's interested in that.
Fantastic. All right, well, we'll leave that as the final thought. So bye everybody, we'll see you